More baseball talk too, but now Canada's national summer sport. The St. Catharines Junior A Athletics regular season begins Wednesday night at home, Canada Games Park, and this season is a big one.
Everybody's talking, the buzz ain't just a beer. Radio man keeps saying, this could be our year. Huddled up headlights, team colors cross the lawn. Don't matter where you're coming from, we're here to get it gone. It's that hometown crowd, yeah, it's in our blood. And even when the clock runs out, we still raise the cup. It ain't about that hat trick, home run, a big first down. Just looking for a little something we can rally around. Are you in or are you out? Ain't about seat in the house. Courtside or on the couch, we still get loud.
It's another featured game here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Our travels take us back to the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre here in Oakville, Ontario, the home of the Oakville Buzz. And as you can see, today they face the Orangeville Northmen. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and fitting that we have a battle of the brothers in between the nets. Zach Constantopoulos, the younger brother of the Oakville Buzz. Here's how their stats match up. 19 years old to his 20-year-old brother Evan in net for the Northmen. 6-1 record for Evan to 2-6 for Zach in his first season. 11 starts to 37. And Evan Constantopoulos already with a season of NLL experience under his belt as a practice roster goalie for the Buffalo Bandits. Those two will go head-to-head. We've got more father and son and brother and familial matchups as this game in the weekend unfolds here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside the JVI Sports Network as we're underway here at the track with Carter Drynan controlling the opening face-off. Beige jerseys, green numbers for the Buzz, going right to left off the home bench. A moving screen through the middle, knocked down Bishop Berman. And now the Northmen will get their first touch in their iconic black, white, and gray jerseys. Here's Trey Deere. Into the corner for Dylan Sanderson. Liam Matthews up top to Max Kruger, one of the top rookies in the league so far, taking a shot in on Zach Constantopoulos. Loose ball is going to come all the way back up to the restraining line. Cohen Jennings did knock it back into his own end. Evan Constantopoulos there to corral it, but then sidearms it up and into the rafters. Charlie Boone. He'll wheel it around towards the corner before pushing up top. Liam Luza. Out to the far side. Popping up down to the crease. Luza's there. And it's another quick goal for the Oakville Buzz. They have a habit of opening the scoring quickly, and they do it again here. Keep your eye on Luza. Number 14 just finds a seam. Going to slip his way to the crease. It looked like it was going to be an outside shot, and then finding Luza all alone, the better option, who puts it in for the early goal. Cody McNeil finding him on the outside. As we get a violation here off the faceoff. Simon D'Souza, today's your crew chief. Spencer Tangay and Brad Fennell round out the officiating crew. Boone, round the top, cut back past the defender. Got the shot there on Constantopoulos. Out for the outside, John Logue. Pretty good rookie season from Logue as well. As this ball will bounce off a body. Back towards the restraining line. Being carried out by Riley Woods. He'll circle the net. Woods out past the fan. That shot. And then on the rebound, back in call is Cooper Campbell. Got pushed back into the crease. Jamison Steele. Back for Boone again. Inside the restraining line. Steele outside. Gets the return pass headed to the corner. He'll take the long route around the net. Pass back up top to Boone. Working around a screen from Logue. Charlie Boone still with it. Logue now with 6 to shoot. That one skipped off the turf and right up into the face mask of Evan Constantopoulos. He was shaking out the mask, but he tells the official he's okay. Steele brings down the ball. Fresh 30. Big swim move from Finn Morgan. And on the way to the net, he let a shot go. Quickly out and down floor to Liam Matthews. He'll be the distributor and a big factor here for the Northmen. That outside shot hits off the side of the mask of Zach Constantopoulos. Recovered by Kruger. Matthews to Kruger's sidearm shot. Good save made by the Buzz netminder, but the clock resets as Matthews brings it down. Dylan Sanderson going to set the screen. Works through Cohen Jennings back to the corner. Here's Trey Deer. Outside bouncer scores. First time this season we're seeing Trey Deer in one of our feature games here in the OJLL. And if you haven't seen him before, this is the damage that he can do. Watch him come up top, and this is just such a deceptive release. Over top of a defender. Actually playing on a B card for his hometown Akwesasne this season, so kind of odd seeing him listed as a graduating AP with this Northman team, but back on the score sheet is Trey Deer, and guess who? Liam Matthews being credited with an assist. Deer's got it again. Right orange head on his stick. Over to Sanderson. Open space there for Dylan, who can't get past Ryder Simpson. Gonna pass to Liam Matthews instead. He'll carry it towards the corner. 5 left to shoot. Deer from the outside. Another sidearm rip. That time there was defenders up on his hands, and it will go for a shot clock violation. No Troy Cordingley on the bench of the Oakville Buzz today. Speaking of father-son brother connections, no Cade Cordingley for Orangeville, the nephew of Troy. His son Dylan also not here. Understand brother Bryce getting married this afternoon, so congratulations to the Cordingley family. Walking in a bouncer, Riley Woods on the crease, a number of moves. Boone can't release, gets it back in front, and Riley Woods will capitalize after the big rebound and a good effort on the doorstep by Boone. First shot late in the clock, and you can see good patience from Boone to not shoot that, even though out of position, and it does end up being a goal as it comes back to Riley Woods, but young players may tend to force that shot, and Boone able to hang on, and 2-1 lead here for Oakville. Face-off goes the way of Orangeville. Hassan Ron. Back here to Sean Costigan. Shot missed the mark. Back and forth here. Back to Sanderson from Costigan. In towards the corner. Missing with the pass there. Costigan couldn't bring it down. Cohen Jennings will, but no time to shoot. It's a 30-second violation. Outside, Cody McNeil already with an assist. That one booms off the big pads of Constantopoulos. 5.5 into this game, a 2-1 lead for Oakville, who have played very well here at the track despite the 2-6 record they enter the day with. A screen in front, knocked down Bagnall. Oakville bench wanted a moving screen call. Jennings back to Deer, bouncer. Constantopoulos handled it well as it's now back for Finn Morgan. Over center. He'll stay up on offense as Boone takes it back towards the middle. Had a man on the crease. Bounced off his stick. Recovered by Bagnall. Late change coming in for Owen Moore. Back from the corner. Rebound picked up. Bagnall getting a fresh 30 seconds here as he works with Riley Woods. That shot going to reset the clock for a third time as it's now played in the corner on a double team. Riley Woods the first one in there. Owen Moore coming in as well. As I think they called that a trap. Donnie Scott carrying it back up for the Northmen. My apologies, corrected. Trade year from Ganawaki and not Akwesasne, where he is playing this year. Those purple gloves. As his teammate Sanderson tripped up over on the far boards. Deere going to come up and play aggressive defense on Blake Tonelli. Deere will now head off as it slows down with Cody McNeil back near center. McNeil goes to the half boards with it. Already 10 shots here for the Buzz. That pass skipped off a stick back to McNeil behind the back. What a play to steal. And Jamison Steele got a good shot as a result. McNeil throwing the body on his man, and it's going to turn into transition the other way. Jaden Ciapara. Back to Matthews. He's going to take it to the net. Shot over top. Picked up far side, Owen Ron. Down in the corner, Matthews works around a screen from Costigan. Flip back over the shoulder. Kruger trying to find Owen Ron and bounced harmlessly back into the crease. Owen Ron, 18, R-A-H-N. Hudson Ron drawing in tonight, number 28, R-A-W-N. Boone. As the cycle is on with the lefties. Coming out of the corner, low shot. That was Fun Morgan. Down to meet it was Evan Constantopoulos. Minute 20 away from the halfway mark of this first period. The Buzz leading 2-1. Kept it close in Orangeville 2 weeks ago, May the 30th, 10-6. The Northmen picking up a win on home floor, but again, Buzz to some a lot closer than that should have been. Here's Matthews from the outside. It was late in the clock, and it's through the legs of Constantopoulos as Liam Matthews, 2 points off the 2 goals for the Northmen today. This look will be right in line with our camera angle, and still don't really see it go in through the 5-hole of Constantopoulos, who thought he had everything covered up. But not so much as Liam Matthews finds a hole. Dylan Sanderson, Max Kruger, assist on the goal. Trey Deere back out there. Big outside shot from Matthews. That falls Bagnall in front of the crease. Smacked right off his leg and ended up Dorman in behind the crease. Pile up as they came out. Trey Deere called for going in the blue carpet. And now Oakville will take it back towards center. Owen Moore. Back here to Boone. Headed downhill, scores! Charlie Boone just a cut to the net after losing his defender. And right in tight. Number 11 feeling it here on a mid-June afternoon. That is a pretty play from Charlie Boone. once again gives the Buzz a lead. Perhaps a sign of things to come here this afternoon. Going back and forth. Kirchmeier leaves the face-off here for Woods. Back down the boards. 12 now to shoot. Here is Boone. Had thoughts of cutting in again. Costigan from the backside. There for the strip, and Sean Costigan trailing a couple teammates. Bishop Berman, Donnie Scott. They're in a transition break that didn't work. Matthews into the corner. Deere was cutting through. Missed the pass. Sanderson there to recover it. Had to fight through some hard defense, close to what could have been a holding call. No call made, however, as Bagnall gets it back quickly to Liam Luza. Boone to the outside. Owen Moore returning it to Steele. He spins off pressure. Lets a shot go. That was wide as it's back to the restraining line. Steele get another shot, this time straight down Main Street. And having Constantopoulos there to make the save, and nonchalantly Donnie Scott brings it out in transition. Had thoughts of going to the net, but will now slow it back down to Liam Matthews. Played to the outside. Ron to Matthews. Has Jennings with him. 5 to shoot. Back up top. Max Kruger on the run. Twister. Not going to make it in time. Shot over top of everybody, found its way through to Constantopoulos. As Costigan brings it over the timeline. Trey Deere. Through Ron to Sanderson. Back to Deere, had a ton of room to work with, gets a screen, tries the same shot, and then with the ball sitting there in the crease, Cohen Jennings couldn't handle his footing. Down floor to Steele, out of his reach. Kruger. Hidden ball play with Matthews, who was briefly fumbled to give away the trick. Back to the trailing Sanderson off the bench. To Kruger, had time to settle it down, got a good shot. And it just rolled off the pad there of Zach Constantopoulos. Graydon Foulon. From defense up to Zach Warren. Through Owen Moore to the outside boards now. Under 7 to play in this first period. Scheduled for 3:20s. As it bounces back to Moore. Past the intended target. Moore's going to take it to the crease. And gets called in the crease after a hit there. That was Dash Adams starting the counter rush. Sanderson. Inside through Cohen Jennings. To the boards for Matthews, walks in. He'll shoot it off the inside of the pad. Rebound bounces right back to Oakville. Bench wants Finn Morgan to push. Out from the corner. Here's Boone one more time. Boone will draw 2 defenders. The pass back to Moore got knocked down. From the outside, Finn Morgan found the end glass. And it bounced right back to Alex Messier. First touch for the former Halton Hills Bulldog. He'll leave it to Trey Deere. Back down towards the corner. Connor Lesky. To Kruger, far side. He just gets shoved down. Carter Drinan in there to play defense. Will kick it back towards the corner. This is late in the shot clock. And Zach Constantopoulos just drags it back into his crease. Foulon to clear center. Cody McNeil. Plays it back to Moore off the bench. Down to the corner. Now under 5 to go here in this period. 3-2 lead, Oakville Buzz. Trying to stretch it on the run. Looking 5-hole again was McNeil. And a bouncer that Evan Constantopoulos was down there to make the cover on. Here's Sanderson. Kicked out. Rebound will be recovered by the Buzz once again. This time Cody Merritt. Matthew Kirchmeyer. The 23, not the 13, clearing center. Steal. Halfway through the shot clock is Boone. Oh, may have had Constantopoulos leaning, picked up. And spinning and firing as Riley Woods, the rookie's got a pair here in the first period. The lead now. A pair for this Buzz team, and that was a close shot for Boone, but then I think this one surprises everybody with Woods bringing it out of midair, turning and firing. Largest lead of the period for the Buzz. Face off controlled here by Carter Coffey. Has it knocked out of his hand by Becker Lippert. Blake Tonelli double teamed as he crossed center. One of those was Trey Deere, who has the ball now. Played back out of the corner. Jennings waits for Sanderson to come off the bench. Dylan the lone Sanderson in the lineup tonight is Cam not playing. Deere back to the far side. Over the shoulder. One hand pickup by Deere with a defender on him. That's never stopped him before. And got a good shot away. Up to his old tricks after missing the first few weeks of the OJLL season. Back to the far side on the run. A sidearm rip from Woods, looking for the hat trick here in the first period. Still has about 2.5 minutes, 2:45 left to get that. Here's Moore. Waiting for the pass, John Logue. He'll go set a screen instead as it works through to McNeil. Headed to the crease, a bounce shot. In towards the boards. Riley Woods got there first. Then coming in with a purpose was McNeil. Ends up picking up the ball, and he'll pass to John Logue, who would normally have about 2 or 3 assists by this point. Pointless so far on the first 4 goals by the Buzz. Boone spun the stick of Constantopoulos in between the legs. A lot of 5-hole work here in this first period from Oakville. That their 20th shot on net. 2 goals off 11 for the Northmen. Kruger outside. That shot over top of everything. It's going to go in clear center. Over and back. Matthews and Zach Warren arguing over it, and Warren has to give some space before restarting. Owen Moore working his way to the middle, back to the crease where Boone was waiting. Eventually got swarmed. He's gone through the crease and can't play the ball, so it'll be back Orangeville's way. Trey Deere off the bench. Comes jogging into the attacking area. Waits for the trailer, now off to Sanderson. Big high step, shot taken, rebound into Jennings, who got taken down and now swarmed. Bagnall a little too much with Jennings on the carpet. Oakville will pick up and we'll get our first penalty of the game. It's a cross-checking call coming up here against Thomas Bagnall. All good defense until right here. Well, not much, but you can't play the body on a guy who's down on the floor. So I can see where the official's coming from. The first power play of the game coming here to the Northmen. Up top is Kruger. That one sailed past everything, no reset. As Matthews plays it back up top. Sanderson, no room to shoot. Same story for Kruger, takes one anyways over his defender. And Constantopoulos saw it the same way as we're into the last minute here in period number 1. Oakville want to push with Boone. Don't think they're going to go last shot here, and definitely going to be the case as they keep it outside, still in the penalty kill. Steele beats 2 defenders, skips one in on Constantopoulos. It goes off the goaltender, up out of play. And we look to the bench, no call for the timeout or for Constantopoulos, although the stop sign is up. Perhaps he might be getting one, and not going to happen now as it's turned over to Orangeville, and everybody, Rusty Kruger, DJ Cleveley, Phil Sanderson, all signaling timeout. Here's our standings coming into the play today, including the 3 games from last night. This is the only one. So the Northmen sitting atop the board with 9-1, and you see Oakville on the bottom of the cut line off on the right-hand side. Top 8 teams will make the playoffs. About a week away from the trade deadline as well when you start looking at those, bottom 4 or so teams. KW is an interesting one at 4-5, as are the St. Catharines Athletics, 6-4, hosting this year's Minto Cup. So who will be the movers and shakers over the next week or so? We will be on air, by the way, on Saturday, just as the trade deadline is ticking its way down. I think it used to be midnight, and then there were questions about what time zone that midnight was, but we'll be here at 4 o'clock with our breaking news team on the case should anything develop while we're covering next week's game. Matthews coming through, initial shot, going to bounce back. Trey Deer out to Sanderson, who was all alone and coming across for a great stop at the horn was Constantopoulos, who puts up a pretty good first half with 12 saves, but his Buzz lead 4-2 after the first period. We've seen this from Oakville before. Can they keep it going? The Northmen have been strong in their second period. We'll see what trend continues in about 10 minutes' time. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. It's your featured game of the week.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Let's go, raise up one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
Back here at the track as the teams make their way back onto the floor. An early start for the Oakville Buzz, who was kicked off by Liam Luza. This nice play, in on the crease. And then our first look at Trey Deer this season was a little late arriving back to Junior A and picking up right where he left off in last year's playoffs. A bouncer through Constantinopolis. That tied it 1-1 before Riley Woods, the rookie, set up by the patience of Charlie Boone, going to come off the bench in your screen here and rip a shot. And then Liam Matthews, who's also been doing this for a long time, tied it at 2-2. Here's Charlie Boone again, stepping through in a quick little low sub shot. Give Oakville their third lead of the period. And then a nice little play to bring it down and turn and shoot for Riley Woods. 4 goals off 21 shots in the period for the Buzz, to just 2 off 14 in that period for the Northmen. Reminder to subscribe here to the YouTube channel of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. We passed 6,000 subscribers some point last weekend. So thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. Number of games coming up, including tomorrow night, 7 p.m. in Brampton. Beaches will be there. We're on the air Tuesday at 8 from Orangeville, Wednesday at 8 from Six Nations, and then back here Saturday, another afternoon matinee at 4 p.m. The Buzz will host the Brampton Excelsiors next Saturday. And that is scheduled to be trade deadline day in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. If it's half as exciting as last year, going to make sure you're following at the OJLL on social media and all your favorite teams. Here's Matthews as the Northmen continue on their first power play, down to 25 seconds. Cross-floor pass nearly intercepted by Connor Dryden. He's still causing trouble just inside the timeline and going to come away with the ball, but facing 4 Northmen defenders himself. And we'll play it back to Zach Warren, and that should do it for the penalty. An illegal cross-check carrying over from the first period. That was the lone penalty of the opening 20. Going the way of the Buzz. And we now return 5-on-5. Cross-floor pass to Logue coming off the bench. Hard shot from Warren. Shot clock will sound as the ball rolls all the way back down into Oakville's end. Matthews from the outside to Sanderson. Dylan Sanderson. Matthews brings it down around a screen from Deer, who's got the ball back. Low shot. And Buzz player taken down in the middle is still on the turf. Didn't see what happened in this collision. Check the replay though. Oh, the follow through of the Trey Deer shot hits Thomas Bagnall right in the back of the helmet. And remains down, being attended to by the training staff here. Thomas Bagnall, one of those players that just seems to get roughed up a fair amount, but always gets right back up and back into play. So one of those guys that, you know, when it goes down in this fashion, got to be pretty legit. So again, those upcoming games on Tuesday, it'll be Mimico. I believe our first look at Mimico of the season, a rematch of last year's OLA finals as they face Orangeville. Saw another look there as Bagnall is back upright and jogging off. An 8 o'clock start time on Tuesday night. Of course, all times Eastern, and then Wednesday, KW in Six Nations. How about the resurgence season for Kitchener-Waterloo? 8 o'clock start time out at the ILA. Good article and social media post from the Lax Mag. 2017, the last time KW made the postseason. This is their best season in 11 years, back since 2014. Ryder Simpson, the clean interception here as we're back underway at the track. Lone game in the OJLL today. Before 3 scheduled for tomorrow, including our coverage of Beaches and Excelsiors at 7 p.m. from Brampton Memorial. Carter Coffey back through that shot. Hits off the helmet of Becker Lippert. Stood in and took it. And no reaction as he goes off to the bench. Riley Woods to the outside. Screen set for Owen Moore. Boone with the shot. Riley Woods on the doorstep. Number of chances, and Constant Topless turns them all aside. Brought back the other way by Liam Matthews on his wrong side. Trying to find Trey Deer. Pass knocked down. And the Buzz will turn it into transition back the other way. Constant Topless looking to come out of the net. Kirchmeier couldn't hit him with that foot dragging back in the crease. Now it's back the other way. Jaden Siapara. Fresh off an NCAA championship run. Here to Trey Deer. The Sanderson from the corner. Deer got knocked down in the middle as it works back to the far side. In the rocking chair as Constant Topless made the catch with the left hand. Matthew Kirchmeier. He'll go across center. Cody McNeil. Halfway through the shot clock, finds a seam and scores. Cody McNeil. All of a sudden, the seas parted, and Moses takes it to the promised land here. Watch this shot. Didn't even know this was part of his arsenal, but goodness. 5-2. Cody McNeil. 4th different scorer now on the 5 goals from Oakville. Riley Woods, the lone multi-goal scorer, and Buzz just 1 away from the total they put up back in Orangeville a couple weeks ago in the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Max Kruger, someone calling for him to shoot. He does. Good idea. It's in the back of the net. I thought for a second that was an Oakville player trying to goad him into a bad shot, but don't think there is a bad shot for Max Kruger. The rookie who has come out absolutely guns blazing, as that may have been deflected and changed direction on its way through. Liam Matthews will pick up his 3rd point on goal number 3 for the Northmen. So number 7 got his hand in the mix a bunch of times today, as you would expect. Sidearm shot by Woods. That was deflected by the defenders. Shot clock down to 10 as they work to the far side. Down to the crease, returning. Liam Lizza couldn't bury right on the doorstep. Back through Sean Costigan. Keeping an eye with Kruger. Last man off the bench was Matthews. Couple stutter steps to settle it down, and then eventually shot it right into the midsection of the Buzz goaltender. Steele switching places up top with Owen Moore. Down to the crease. Boone swarmed and taken into the crease. So the violation will push it back the other way. Carter Coffey wants to go quickly. Thinks better of it now, though, with, pardon the pun, a swarm of Buzz players coming back. Owen Ron. Down to the corner. Kruger. Shot on target. Then Trey Deer couldn't handle it. Rolls back to the line. Donnie Scott. He was coming out to play defense and had to save the possession. Back to the corner. Matthews, quick shot, looking low on Konstantopoulos, and he'll just kick it out of the crease. William Matthews in his grad season here. Part of a massive draft class coming up this year. Charlie Boone on the doorstep, rolled right back out. Graduating class, should say. That was Logue with the shot, a rookie coming in. Connor Lesky off the bench. Dylan Sanderson. Little pick and roll action here with Ron. Ron may have gone through the crease, can't play this ball back in the corner. Can be picked out by the Buzz. Ryder Simpson to the front door. Owen Moore headed down into the corner. Will turn back now, giving to Cody McNeil. Most recent goal scorer for the Buzz. No room for Woods to work in. Scored twice in that opening period. Here's Steele all the way outside. 5 now to shoot for the Buzz. They do. And Evan Konstantopoulos will make the stop. 6.5 minutes into this middle stanza. Already a goal per side, as they've done pretty much the entire way. Buzz scoring first quick stick, far side. Oh! Zach Konstantopoulos to his left, full splits. What a stop. Zach Warren headed the other direction. Kaluza. A big save at one end. Finds the back of the net on the other as Zach Konstantopoulos goes full splits. And then Jamison Steele gives the Buzz a 3-goal lead. Water breaks here for the brothers. Gives us a chance to look at the younger one's effort here. Oh, it's a bouncer too. Bouncer quick sticks. Seem to have heard that somewhere before, as the Buzz will then push it right back the other way. And keep your eye on the left side of the screen, where Steele's going to arrive now and step into a massive shot from his wrong side. 5th different goal scorer. Now on the day for the Buzz, as William Lizza and Zach Warren pick up assists. Lippert controls the face-off. He'll give to Blake Tonelli. And Moore in the offense will take to the floor, trying to build on this lead. Jamison Steele halfway through the shot clock. A little pick and roll action with Luza. Big hit down in the corner, and Donnie Scott got a piece of his man. Played back to Costigan. He'll clear center. As we said, nearly every time the Buzz have scored in this game, there's been a quick response from the Northmen. Do they have another with Matthews, perhaps? His little cutback move found the left glove. Now Zach Konstantopoulos. Bagnall back out there after we saw him go down earlier. Tried to put it through Kruger, who made the clean catch. Max Kruger on the near boards. Cut through to the top spot. He'll go to Deere. Down in the corner. Back to Ron. May have caught Konstantopoulos leaning, but then the shot went wide. Here's Kruger. Crashed into a defender, and while being hit, the shot sails up and into the top corner. This is a thing of beauty right here. Keep your eyes in front of Kruger with the ball now, and you'll see Konstantopoulos squatting. There was a stick that got in the shooting lane there to perhaps change the flight of that ball. But the lead now shrunk back to 2 yet again. Morgan. Moving it with Woods. Playing it off the glass. Far side is Boone. Stepped into a hard shot that hit something on the way. Rebound. Nearly picked back up, and trying to rush it was Woods. Buzz player ran through the crease, so turnover here, and Berman will clear the timeline. Matthews tried to quick stick it to Kruger. Just off the head there, and then the return bounce. Deere nearly had a good chance. Bagnall. Down to the half boards. Ball down on the carpet, picked up by Oakville, still in the shot clock. That's Finn Morgan. Was looking for options and found a good shot, decided to take it. Rebound will drop right back into Liza. To Morgan, double teamed. Finn Morgan going to lose body position here to the two Orangeville defenders. One of them, Max Kruger. Cooper Campbell, the other. Pair of rookies doing battle here with Bagnall. In front of our broadcast position. He'll just pick it up and bomb it down floor. I believe most of that anyways on Oakville's possession, so just trying to beat it out. Here's Sanderson. Up top, sidearm shot, rebound in front, rolled out for Jennings, who touched the crease before shooting. William Simmons has McNeil off the bench. He'll go straight through center, looking to open space for this man, Steele. Steele in the corner. Up top, just missed Logue running away. Liza to recover the possession, down the boards, no one home. Will roll out to Graydon Stokes. One of 11 graduating players on this Orangeville Northmen roster. Not all in the lineup today, mind you. Owen Ron to Deere over the shoulder. Rebound brought down by Tonelli, who by comparison have two graduating players, Cody Merritt, Eddie Faraday. You imagine they draw some attention here in the coming week. Outside shot. That was Zach Warren one-on-one with the defender. And this shot may have been tipped. And if it is Warren, it's 6 different Buzz players scoring. And indeed it is. The low shot getting through everything, including 5-hole of Evan Konstantopoulos. 3 assists for Moore. Same story for Jamison Steele. He's got a goal to go along with that. And now a 7-4 lead. Bagnall headed down with a twister off the face-off, and a slashing call coming up here to Orangeville. Last bunch of games for the Buzz have not been good offensively. 3 goals against Burlington, 3 against KW in a home effort here on Tuesday. Did score 11 in a losing effort in a 14-11 loss to the Beaches, and 8 against Six Nations, but they've been hard to come by this season. 7 here. And a second power play chance. It starts with an outside shot that Evan Konstantopoulos will gobble up. Dylan Sanderson going off for slashing, the second minor penalty of the day for the Northmen. William Matthews. No sense of urgency here. Outside, Matthews has it again. Not going to be allowed to get through to the crease. As Tonelli kept him at bay. Outlet pass, look out, nearly intercepted by Trey Deer, who's still down floor. Has a stick up wanting a pass, but no lane for Siapara to get it there. Over the shoulder, Matthews to Deer, one-handed. Officials will talk, it's in, oh boy. When he gets drafted, they're going to need about 45 minutes to show his highlight reel because he keeps doing stuff like this. Oh, feet do indeed stay out. Draws the penalty, puts it in, keeps his feet clear. Trey Deer, ladies and gentlemen. Matthews picks up the assist, his 4th point of the game. 2 goals and an assist for Deer. That should count for 2 all by itself. Still on the power play are the Buzz. 35 seconds remaining. Up top, Steele. Down to the crease, a little cutback move. Riley Woods sitting on hat-trick watch, not this time. Siapara. Cross mid-floor, will flip here to Kruger. Keep one eye on Trey Deer. Orange head of the stick just inside the restraining line. Going to cut to the net now, takes the pass. And matching him stride for stride was Foulon. They both collided into the end boards as now Bagnall's going to run away from the scene as we go back 5-on-5. Bagnall return pass. Rebound. Picked up by the Buzz. Boone. Slow it down. We'll see if they try and get Bagnall off the floor. Yes, they do. Getting the switch for Steele. Near side, Woods. He'll turn back. Shoots just wide. Also out of the reach of Boone. Look out on his horse, trying to catch up to it. Dash Adams. Had Adams going through. And the Buzz will pick up. Orangeville bench saying there shouldn't have been a reset there. I believe that was all on Orangeville's clock, as now Scott will swarm the ball carrier. Going to be a moot point as Bishop Berman will pick up, but now played to Costigan. Berman leaves for Kruger. 5 to go here. Kruger taking top spot. Little late reaction from Zach Constantopoulos. Foulon will tip this one back over the timeline, so the over and back waved off. Constantopoulos corrals it in his crease and then just desperately bombed it down floor. Half a second there, you saw Trey Deer trying to make something happen, and I think we've already learned here this afternoon, you can't count him out, but time the shot clock did sound. Here's Steele, outside to Boone. Charlie Boone to the corner for Logue. John Logue sensed the lane to the net and was absolutely denied as he met Siapara instead. Now Graydon Stokes will go after the ball carrier in front of the Oakville bench. Picked up here, Trey Deer all alone. What's he got? Another split stop from Constantopoulos. Bagnall back the other way. Sidesteps his way past the restraining line. Return pass here. Bagnall still with it. Boone was all alone to the outside with a head of steam going downhill and in the crease as he tried to take flight. Siapara. Too high out of the reach of Dash Adams. Carter Drynan cross center. Foulon waits for help off the bench. 3.5 to go here in the second period. Steele after space was cleared out in front. Constantopoulos the save, looking for Ron. Straight down the middle. Owen Moore is going to jump the route, though. Bounce pass to the front door, Steele. And Logue back to Steele. 10 seconds gone in the shot clock. They'll throw it back up top for Boone. Boone working one-on-one to the outside. Moore. In here for Liza, back to the crease, intended for Steele. He's now gone through the blue turf and gets called for the violation. Out to Trey Deer on the outside. Wants a shot, couldn't get it all the way through. Liam Matthews picks up the loose ball, 10 now to shoot. As Matthews gets it back to Trey Deer in the middle, over top of Constantopoulos. Hat trick for Trey Deer. So we've seen outside shot, we've seen dirty, gross, and disgusting, and here's just a nice play down to the crease, a little give and go action between Matthews and Trey Deer, and they've been doing this for a couple years now. Here in the Ontario's Junior A loop. 3 goals, 3 different ways for Trey Deer. As the faceoff's going to roll right to Carter Coffey, takes it in, has helped this score. Just like that. We have ourselves a tie game here in Oakville. I believe Donnie Scott has scored here on the faceoff. Pardon me, not Donnie Scott. Either way, tie game. And in Northman fashion, a pair of goals in 8 seconds. They credit the goal to Carter Coffey, number 27, not on our list. I believe it's Hanson Ron. Not 100% sure. Matthews to Deer again, and the Buzz have no answer for this connection here today. It's a lead for the Orangeville Northmen, who continue to pile it on here in the second period. Same little slip of the defender, give and go play. And 8-7 now for the Northmen. Trey Deer and Liam Matthews are an absolute problem. Shot clock sounds inadvertently, so the count is down on the floor with the officials. That'll reset and make that a moot point as Evan Constantopoulos makes the clean catch. Minute 20 to go here in the second period. Northman scoring 3 times in 42 seconds. Deer ran past the front of the crease with a good rebound. Constantopoulos was ready for a shot, but never came. Matthews to the outside. Cross to Sanderson. Dylan Sanderson halfway through his shot clock, down onto the crease. And Owen Ron got swarmed and eventually pushed into the crease, so Oakville will have it back. Did so outside of the 30-second mark, though, so looks like the Northmen will get last shot with Boone from the outside here. Well, falling into a defender, takes the rip and scores Charlie Boone's second of the game. Buzz not going to go away here at home as we're back tied 8-8. It ends a 3-goal run. Little stumble here. He can't even see where that's going. Siapara, normally a sure defender, did the right thing there. That ball just did all the looking for Charlie Boone. Evan Constantopoulos to the bench, 20 on the shot clock. That's going to be a non-factor with 16.3 to go here in the period, and Orangeville setting up for last shot. Again, everybody signaling the timeout. That'll be both gone here for the Northmen as Trey Deer putting on a show here tonight. That was goal number 1. This one's even better. I mean, even if you throw the flag, I don't think that's getting overturned at all. He looks like he's clearly out of the crease the entire way. And then just working a two-man game here with Liam Matthews. A few little give-and-go plays. And Trey Deer's got 4 here this afternoon. The high on the season in the OJLL, by the way, 8 put up by Nolan Byrne. Earned him Gatorade Player of the Week honors coming into this week of play. Did that last week against his former team. Goaltender will be out. Evan Constantopoulos on the bench. Max Kruger with the ball here. 7 left in the period. Sanderson up top. Matthews rings it off. The mask of Constantopoulos is going to stand in and watch the rugby scrum for the loose ball. No one will pick it up. And we end period number 2 all knotted up at 8. The Buzz doing that off 35 shots, 32 required for the Orangeville Northmen, who ran off a 4-goal run in that period. The last 3 of them coming in a 42-second span to at one point give them the lead, but a late goal from Charlie Boone has us tied up again and setting up for a monster third period. That comes your way next. 9.5-minute break here from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville. You're watching the feature game of the week in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Hey, let's go. Raise up one time. Go get it. It's yours. Let's shine. Come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
Back here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center after a wild second period. 10 goals combined, started by Cody McNeil's hard outside shot. That would extend the lead of the Buzz up to 3. Max Kruger back the other way has won a couple of Gatorade Rookie of the Week awards this week. Shot deflects off a defender on its way through. Then Oakville back the other way. This was about 3 minutes later where Zach Warren ends up scoring. Trey Deer starts putting on his show. Pardon me, that's Kruger. After Jamison Steele's goal, this will be Zach Warren in the middle. Just a low shot that pinballs through Constantopoulos and into the back of the net. Now, follow the red-headed stick of Trey Deer down to the crease. Draws a penalty, keeps out of the crease. That's a goal that's going to be in contention for perhaps goal of the year here in the OJLL. He'll keep it going. Slipping off his man and scoring the feed from Liam Matthews. Then off the ensuing faceoff. Carter Coffey back to the far side, and quickly down was Constantopoulos for an easy goal for the Northmen. And why not? One more for good measure for Trey Deer. That would give an 8-7 lead to the Northmen. They score 3 times in 42 seconds. But then in the final 30, Charlie Boone paying for scoring as he fell. And I think we're about to find out who the mystery number 27 is who scored that goal. 1 of 6 for the Northmen. And a combined 10 in the period. Buzz score 4 in the frame off 14 shots. They have 8 off 35. Six off 18 for the Northmen for 8 off 32. A reminder of our upcoming broadcast. They start tomorrow. That's Sunday the 15th. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Toronto Beaches will be at Brampton Memorial Arena for a 7 o'clock start time. On Tuesday, that's the 17th, Mimico will travel to Orangeville, a rematch of last year's OLA Final Series at 8 p.m. Then Wednesday night, Kitchener-Waterloo at the ILA to face the Six Nations Arrows, an 8 p.m. start time there before we return to the track next week. On trade deadline day, the Excelsiors coming to visit, the Oakville Buzz, a 4 p.m. start time next week. Be sure you're subscribed here to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League YouTube channel. If you like the video, the algorithm will push everything we do right to your feed. Matthew Kirchmeier controls the face-off here for the Buzz. Big hit for Boone as he was across the restraining line, and Carter Coffey unloaded to cause the over and back violation. Matthews back to Deer. Working it through Owen Ron. Matthews. Far side, still no shot though. Shot clock down to 6 seconds as this returns to Deer. And oohs and ahs every time he touches the ball. Sanderson and Ron. Playing catch, the bouncer comes across to Liam Matthews. Kruger. Around his screen, turn pass back up to the picking player, which was Ron. He'll go to the corner for Trey Deer. Around the back finds Matthews. Slams his stick into the end boards after that shot. Saved by Constantopoulos. Braden Foulon. Back to Boone. Trailing the play here is Owen Moore. Out to the far side, a lot of movement amongst the lefties. Ball returned here back to Boone. Far side, McNeil. Only handful of seconds to shoot, Boone does. Right at the tail end of the clock, Scott let him know what he thought of that. Still, Constantopoulos made a stop. He didn't really need to. Deer. Getting cleared out of the way. As coming in and shooting are the Northmen. And they will take a lead yet again. Just Sanderson from the outside. Brother Cam not in the lineup today, but goes to the sons of Josh Sanderson. Of course, a name that's synonymous up in Orangeville. Down from the corner. Double team chasing the ball. It'll work back up to Steele. Aaron shot full on the rebound. Walked in and put it into the pad there of Constantopoulos. Real skipper up to Nolan Long, who has been the mystery player most of this game, did score that face-off goal. Wearing 27, Matthews. Pick from Trey Deer, works it back to Deer. Constantopoulos collided with his own man, and Deer called in through the crease. Perhaps a break for the Buzz, whose goaltender was laying on his back with the defender in his lap. Here's Boone. Charlie Boone to the crease, and he'll take an extra whack. That's twice he's shot, and the Northmen have thought it's been late, and twice it's been Scott. He'll set the screen to allow Tonelli. Here's Ron, in and out of the stick of Kruger. He'll pick it back up. 10 to shoot now, though. Max Kruger looking to find Owen Ron to Matthews. Liam Matthews to the net. It's underneath the left pad, and of course, change from the NLL rule. You can't dig in there to go get it out once it's in the crease, so Constantopoulos was okay there. Long bomb pass. It'll come back to center, and now over and back is looking to return it to Ryder Simpson, who was headed to the bench. Was Blake Tonelli. Dylan Sanderson here to Long. Nolan Long, Owen Ron. Back down to the crease to Jennings. And in the blue carpet. Buzz with possession, Drynan. Quickly into Boone. Over 4 minutes gone here in our final regulation time period. Boone again one-on-one. Screen coming. That one knocked Costigan off his feet. And the moving screen called against Oakville. And officials hearing it from their bench. Here's Sean Costigan. Had room. Play back for Matthews. Home bench still giving it to the officials as they all take turns running past the bench. Matthews over the shoulder. That one well wide is nearly corralled by Trey Deer. Foulon got tangled up. He's slow to get up. And now hobbling slowly off the bench, paying a lot of attention to that right leg. Not look good as he spun and fell. Outside. From the corner, the Buzz will work it back to Boone straight up top. Constantopoulos was looking for it after it hit his left arm. It's going to roll back to the near boards. Big collision for it. Logue pulls it free. Boone had it again. It's going to roll out of the pile up to McNeil. 10 gone in the shot clock. Hard shot from Finn Morgan. High over top of the net. Liam Luza with the rebound back for Boone. Buzz pressuring here. Can they break through and score though? Boone still with it through the center. His sidearm into the midsection of Constantopoulos, who played for the Buzz last season, was the starting netminder. Thought it may be the Constantopoulos tandem here in Oakville, but a trade up to 403, 410. Sees him in a Northmen uniform. Second time this season the brothers will contest each other as Liam Matthews gets driven into the end boards by a pair of Buzz players, and there is going to be a big pile up in behind the net of the Buzz here as Matthews gets up to one knee. Was a bit of a late call from the official, but there is a penalty coming here to Oakville. Matthews is up and walking away, so we'll show you the replay. It's Ryder Simpson and Becker Lippert. It's going to be Lippert getting an illegal cross-check minor penalty. And there's a look at Foulon. Got the stick of Deer. Not sure if that was some kind of nefarious action by Deer, or just got his stick tied up in his legs, but either way it went down awkwardly. Third power play of the game. First power play of the game for the Northmen. And into the feet of Constantopoulos. They call it back in. Saved a goal, though. Buzz 0 for 2 on their power play opportunities as Bagnall gets dropped in through the middle. Oakville had a bit of trouble picking up the ball. There was some call for delay of game. Owen Moore. Just going to hold on to the ball here with his team killing off a penalty for another minute and 10 seconds. Liza just launching it back in towards the corner. Siapara looking back at the clock. Trey Deer will take top spot here on the power play now. Already with 4 goals in the game for Deer. Going to shoot looking for 5. That one skips wide. Off the end boards, back to Bagnall. Bagnall all by himself though. Deer trying to catch up along with Jennings. He'll send it a long way away from the scene for Tonelli. 30 seconds to go here in the penalty. About 12-second difference, penalty clock over shot clock, so Buzz can't take the whole thing down. It's a little quick burst of speed from Riley Woods, who got a good shot off. Scott clears center. 10 left on the power play. Liam Matthews, followed by Trey Deer, as you would expect. Jennings also running in. Sanderson from the outside. That one handled by Constantopoulos just as we go back. 5-on-5, a minute and a half away from the midway mark of this final period. 9-8 the score in favor of Orangeville. Second lead of the game for the Northmen. Both have been 1 goal. Oakville up as many as 3. Cody McNeil close to the crease, chasing down the loose ball. They'll work it to the far side. No shot as it comes back again to Boone. Had Scott all over his back. Boone up top for McNeil. Shot bounced off a Northman player, and Scott Had it popped out of his stick. He'll take down Boone as they cross center. And the interference violation gives it back to the Buzz with a fresh 30. Steele near side Boone. Logue putting in work in through the middle. Out to the outside. Big high step from Jamison Steele. Going to circle the crease here. 10 left to shoot. Still Jamison Steele. All the way far side. Backing into pressure, Riley Woods sitting on a pair. No hat trick this time. Wide shot is a shot clock violation that just rolls back towards the Buzz restraining line. Liam Matthews will get there to start the counterattack. Here comes Deere to set the screen. Matthews to Sanderson. Back to Liam Matthews. He'll shovel it to the crease. Deere does not go behind the back. Can't bounce it over top of Constantopoulos either as it rolls down in towards the corner. Bagnall ate a slash from Long before bringing it up floor. Finn Morgan had it. I don't think anybody was really aware as he passed it off to Owen Moore. Outside one-on-one. Here's Boone. Low in the shot clock. Wanted the pick and roll with Owen Moore. Wasn't ready for the pass. Circles the crease and shovels a backhander into Constantopoulos. Boone unable to beat Evan McDougall. In there to the ball in the corner. McDougall shovels it to Cohen Jennings. Over the top, Ron. Now Long. Outside, bounces away from Sanderson. Got it back himself. In there with Max Kruger, of course. Father Rusty, coach of the Northmen. Plenty of father-son connections in this game, as you would expect when Orangeville plays here on Father's Day weekend. Ball rolling to the far side. Caught up in the feet there of Dash Adams. Also coming in was Cooper Campbell. He may have eaten a follow-through. As finally the shot came from the Buzz, but went wide. Costigan brings it down. He'll jog it over center. Liam Matthews behind him. That's where the pass goes now. Shoulder pad. About to spring loose out of the jersey of Matthews. He'll send the pass to Kruger on the run. Shot handled easily by Constantopoulos. Big screen. Kruger knocked down as he was stood up by Kirchmeier. Their bench calling for the moving screen, and Kruger still pleading his case. Here's Steele with 10 on the clock. Back to Boone, a screen in front. Charlie Boone spinning back away from pressure. Back to Steele. Ball to the far side. Desperate chance to beat the shot clock. Finn Morgan just rolled it in. 7.5 left to go in regulation time. Had a pair of one-goal games last night. We headed that direction here today. Ron to Sanderson. Long. 10 to go. He got close to the crease, ran through, can't play the rebound. Here is Foulon back there after hobbling off earlier. Rolls the ball back past the double team. To the restraining line, out of the stick of Woods. It's going to go right back to Campbell. Northmen will slow things down with Liam Matthews. Let Cooper Campbell wanted to send that one through, but no lane for a shot. Here's Trey Deere. Stumbles trying to come out of the corner. Still going to get the pass up to Kruger. Now Matthews. 5 left to shoot for Liam Matthews. He'll spin back. Switches hands. Twister. Liam Matthews. Reaching deep in the tickle trunk. Point number 7 for number 7. All the work's already been done by Trey Deer. And then Matthews completes it. You see how late in the shot clock that was. Goodness gracious, Oakville Buzz played about as good a opening, 35 minutes or so that you could ask for. One big run for the Northmen, and chip away. Now it's a 2-goal lead for Orangeville, their largest. Boone. Drynan working through pressure here on the glass. Halfway through the shot clock as Moore will get back out there. Boone. Low shot wide of the mark. Rebound will bounce back, and you can see the Northmen sense it's getting close to that time and have upped the intensity just a little. Cohen Jennings to the outside. Matthews laid off the bench. He'll close his way in, wants to go to the crease, can't push it over top of Konstantopoulos. They do reset the shot clock though. As now Jennings has it. 2 goals, 5 assists for Liam Matthews. 4 and 3 for Trey Deer as this shot will ring off Konstantopoulos. Picked up by Zach Warren, who will beat the 8 count and then head off for the bench. John Logue headed back offensively. Last one off the bench, Jamison Steele. John Logue in behind the net. Steele looking for options. Found one in Luza, but off his right side. Sent a bouncer to the legs of Konstantopoulos. To be fair, that shot has worked at times tonight, but not as often as the times they've gone there. Trey Deer's going to get a tire change here. He's asked for extra shoes to be brought out of the locker room. Here's Long. Shot clock violation against the Northmen there. What's wrong with the shoes he had on? 7 points in those kicks. Out to the outside, working down low. Another one into the crease for Riley Woods. He's been stuck on a pair of goals most of this game. Campbell leaves for Sanderson. Fakes the pass to Matthews. Buzz all over the hidden ball play. And here comes Deer. The purple tinged sneakers now. Ball down for Ron. One-handed pickup. He'll go back to Matthews late in the shot clock. In front, Jennings couldn't bring the pass down. Back-to-back 30-second violations. Foulon to Bagnall. Under 3 to go. Through Luzza, down towards the corner. Owen Moore, now Charlie Boone. Boone with it as Logue sets the screen in front. Now back up top, Owen Moore towards the far side. Steele spins away from one man. Then nice slide by the defense. Carter Coffey. A great effort there. Here's Deer. To Nolan Long. Outside Kruger. Sanderson sets the screen. Long outside shot bounces wide. This one coming up towards center. Ron will save the possession and bomb it down off the glass. Nearly found Long and Deer as now Konstantopoulos is going to go to the bench. Trey Deer trying to win it back at center though. Trey Deer does take it away, switches hands, and fires wide of the empty net. Alex Messier got the ball back. Deer has it once more. Halfway through the shot clock. Trey Deer looked like he was checking to make sure that stick was straight, as if it had betrayed him. Over the shoulder, Deer on the doorstep. Rebound secured by Kruger. And all this is doing is taking time away. A minute 20. Orangeville out of timeouts here down the stretch. Oakville will have 2, and keep your eye on Constantopoulos. Should the Buzz get the ball back here? Liam Matthews. Now 10 to shoot. From the outside restraining line, did ping it off the toe cap of Constantopoulos, who will now use those toes to, well, get halfway to the bench. And now he'll go the full distance as John Logue brings it over center. Logue being chased by a double team. Bumps off the end boards. As he goes for the pass, it rolls out the back of his stick. Trio of Northmen players there looking to pick up, and they will, and get the reset. Ciapera to Messier to Sanderson. Northman just inside center. This has allowed Constantopoulos to get back in the net, but now only 22 seconds remaining here in regulation time. Sanderson going to cut through the middle, sidearm shot. Constantopoulos to save, and immediate timeout called by the Oakville bench. Their first timeout of the game. Once again, it is Father's Day weekend here, so we thought we'd look at the Sandersons. Josh, the father of Dylan and Cam. I mean, you put Dylan and Cam's totals together, they've got more games, but only about half the points of their father. 5.14 points a game through the junior career of Josh Sanderson. Absolute disgusting. Dylan closing in on his brother's points totals. As well, Cam will graduate at the end of this season. By the way, Josh also has a Minto Cup ring from 2023. As we take you back here. Play is back on. Down on the floor, though. For the final 10 seconds or so, Boone trying to send that through. That skipped off someone up in front. Late shot here. Constantopoulos down to meet it. Peeks at the clock. Notices there's only a couple ticks and will just hang on to secure the 10th win of the season. For the Orangeville Northmen, they improved to 10-1 and will secure top spot through the weekend. That's going to drop the Oakville Buzz, however, to 2-7. Part of a mash of teams with 2 wins, including the Burlington Blaze just underneath them, and the Mimico Mountaineers. 3 games on the schedule coming up tomorrow in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. St. Catharines in Mimico, that's a 2 p.m. start time. Whitby in Burlington. And our feature game of the night in prime time, Toronto Beaches, Brampton Excelsiors from Brampton Memorial Arena tomorrow night at 7. Be sure you're subscribed here to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League's YouTube channel, where you won't miss a minute of the action all the way through the season. Our producer tonight was Ryan Harkness. Our director was Rachel Wolf. On behalf of them, the JVI Sports Network, and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, my name's Matthew Carrick, saying thanks for tuning in today. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.